8 mistakes you make that turn off that woman you're crushing on social media. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. So mistake number 1 is sending her hi in a private message or a DM. Why is it a mistake? Starting a conversation with just hi or hey often lacks the engagement needed to get her attention, much less interest, especially in a digital environment where she might receive multiple or numerous similar messages from different people. Now, I see this in my DM all the time. 99% of the time, I'll tell you this, I never respond to messages that just say hi. A simple hi does not tell her why you're reaching out, giving her no context or reason for her to respond, especially if she doesn't know you that well. A simple hi doesn't show effort, which, whether you like it or not, is essential to stand out in this crowded social media world, right? And of course in her DMs. Now, a better approach would be if you both follow a particular topic, say event or public figure, mention that in your message. So for example, you could say something like, hey, I noticed that you're also a big fan of Jessica OS. Did you see her latest video? And if you want to comment on a recent post, you can bring up something specific from that post that can show that you pay attention, right? And care about what she shares. So for example, you could say, hi, I really loved your recent post about your trip. The scenery looked amazing. Where in the world is that? Right? You also want to try to ask a thoughtful question. People enjoy talking about their interests and experiences. So ask a question that relates to her content, such as, hey, I saw a cooking post yesterday. I wonder if you'd like to share the recipe for that delicious looking meal. These approaches make your messages more engaging, increasing the likelihood of a response. And they show that you have a genuine interest in her activities and personality rather than just initiating contact for the sake of it. So let's say she's into photography. You can send, hey there, your photos from Dubai are really great. What camera do you use again? There is the hook that will get her to open up. Now, the mistake number 2 that guys make is posting too many comments. And trust me, this is more of a thing than you realize. Consistently commenting on every single post will make you appear overly eager or intrusive. Overexposure is a real thing. So if you're constantly commenting on every post, it leads to saturation, to put it mildly, right? Or harassment, if I'll be honest. It can give the impression that you have nothing else going on, appearing desperate for her attention, and stuff like that. I've had someone on YouTube comment on every single video that I did. That's not the way to get my attention. Instead of commenting on every post, choose posts where you have something meaningful to say or where your comment adds value to the conversation. When you do comment, make sure your comments are thoughtful, relevant. This shows you're genuinely engaging with her content rather than just trying to grab her attention. So let's say she's a travel enthusiast. Your crush posts about a trip to a place where you visited, for instance. So instead of using the generic like nice pic or something of that sort, you could say, hey, that post actually brings me memories of this place that I visited last year. What was your favorite dish when you went there? So you want to generally avoid generic comments like nice or cool under every post, right? It becomes meaningless real quick. Avoid comment spamming, right? Resist the urge to comment multiple times on a single post unless the conversation naturally progresses and let's say they're responding to your comments. Don't do that. Third mistake, being overly complimentary. While compliments are generally seen as positive, overdoing them on social media can backfire, making you seem insincere or even desperate. So you need to understand how to balance and time your compliments in a proper fashion. Now, over-complimenting can sometimes be perceived as a sign of desperation, which is generally unattractive. Nobody wants that. So what do? Well, I think you only need to give compliments when you truly mean them. Authenticity in your praise makes it more believable, right? Generic compliments are easily forgotten, whereas a specific praise about a particular aspect of a post or a person's achievements or qualities feels more personal and thoughtful. So you want to distribute those compliments over time instead of loading them all at once. Generally, what you want to do is avoid flattery or avoid excessive flattery. Comments like, you're the best, or perfect as always, on every post can seem over the top. You want to keep it real. You want to keep it balanced. You want to keep compliments focused on content and achievements rather than personal appearance, unless the post specifically invites it, like a new hairstyle. Let's go into mistake number 4. Trying too hard to be funny or clever. So why is it a mistake? When humor or cleverness is forced, It lacks that natural flow, right? It lacks that natural flow that makes interactions genuine. Attempts at humor, especially sarcasm, can easily be misunderstood in text, potentially leading to really, really awkward situations or just her being offended. If every interaction is to attempt to showcase wit or intelligence, it can come across as trying too hard to impress, which might detract from the sincerity of the conversation. So instead, just be yourself. Let your natural sense of humor come through without forcing it. She's more likely to enjoy and respond positively if you're authentic. Okay. You also want to read the room, pay attention to the tone of their posts and the previous interactions. This can give you a sense of what type of humor they appreciate, or if a serious comment might be more appropriate in this situation. You want to keep it light. When in doubt, opt for light, universally understood humor that's less likely to be misinterpreted by her. So generally what you want to do is avoid sensitive topics when it comes to humor, right? Jokes involving politics, religion, personal issues are risky and may not be appropriate, especially if you don't know her very well. Avoid overdoing it. Not every interaction needs a punchline. Sometimes straightforward, sincere responses are the best kind of responses that you can give. Let's get into mistake number 5, which is liking and commenting on old posts. So there have been times where I've seen people comment on posts from 10 years ago. Now, while it's fine to show interest in someone's past content, excessively liking and commenting on very old posts can make you appear stalkerish or obsessive. True story. Going deep into someone's social media can make it seem like you're prying into their past, which will be uncomfortable for them. It suggests that you spent a lot of time scrolling through their profile, which might be perceived as overly intense for someone who's just a social media acquaintance or crush. Instead, your best bet would be to be selective. It's okay to like a post here and there, but avoid a barrage of likes and comments on the go. If you do comment on older posts, make sure that your comments add value and context to why you're engaging with it right now. So for example, if they regularly post about some charity event or something like that, you could say, hey, I saw your post about this last year. It's great to see that you're still on it. Kudos. Mistake number 6, tagging them in irrelevant posts. Oh my God. Tagging your social media crush in memes, videos, posts that don't relate to their interests or experiences can be more annoying than engaging. Random or irrelevant tags can clutter someone's notifications and feel intrusive, especially if they receive a lot of them. Over-tagging can come across as a desperate attempt to capture their attention, which will push them away rather than draw them closer. Instead, what you want to do is only tag your crush in content that's directly relevant to their interests, experiences, prior conversations you've had with them. If they're private or don't interact much on social media, they might prefer not to be tagged at all. So adjust your actions based on what you know about their preferences. By tagging thoughtfully and sparingly, you ensure that when you do tag your crush, it feels special and relevant, thereby making your interactions more meaningful. Mistake number 7, not respecting her boundaries. Guys, failing to respect someone's personal boundaries on social media can make you come across as pushy, disrespectful, right? Which most likely will turn her off rather than attract her. It's disrespectful because it shows lack of respect for her personal space and preferences. Continuously pushing for attention after clear signs of disinterest can make her feel uncomfortable or harassed. By not respecting boundaries, you risk permanently destroying any potential of a positive connection. Instead, what you want to do is pay attention to how she's responding or interacting. If she's not reciprocating your engagement, like not responding to your messages or comments, take it as a sign to just back off. Overwhelming her with messages or comments can lead to negative feelings. Similar to real-life interactions, digital cues like slow or non-responses indicate someone's comfort levels and boundaries. You want to respect that just as you would in person. Don't think that because it's social media, you're good to go, right? Let's talk about examples of respecting boundaries. So if there's non-responsive behavior, as in if you send a message and don't receive a reply, resist the urge to send follow-up messages. Instead, allow them to, respond in their own time, or perhaps not at all. If your comments or tags are consistently ignored, it's a clear sign that they may not appreciate the attention you're giving them. So what you want to do is to continue engaging with their content minimally. And the last mistake, number 8, don't overanalyze their every post or move. Social media is like a highlight reel of people's lives and not the whole movie, to be honest. I mean, it's easy to go down a rabbit hole of thinking or overthinking every single post, like, or comment from someone that you're really into, right? But it's not worth it. It's like trying to put together a puzzle with missing pieces. You know, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. So what you want to do is take a step back and chill. Don't let the social media madness get to you. Constantly scrutinizing every online interaction will increase anxiety and make social media interactions a source of stress rather than enjoyment. Okay. Social media interactions are often casual and can be very misleading. Reading too much into them will result in incorrect assumptions about how she feels or her intentions. When you spend too much time thinking about something, you might start to make stuff up in your head that isn't real. And this will lead to you being disappointed or having a misunderstanding about this person, right? For instance, sometimes when people say, "I love you, Jess," I'd say, "I love you right back." And that's not because I want an amorous relationship with you. It's really not that deep. So what you want to do instead is focus on direct communications. You know, rather than trying to infer meaning from indirect interactions like likes, story views, you want to focus on direct messages or comments that convey clearer intentions. If you find yourself obsessing over her social media activities, step back, focus on your own life and interactions. This will help you be happier and put things in better perspective. I hope these mistakes help you to figure out exactly how you should be approaching your social media crush so as not to turn her off and ruin any chance of ever getting close to her in real life. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you get notified every single time I post. My name is Jessica OS. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.